Hello, risk adjustment operators, innovators, and learners. Welcome to another series of the Hills Academy Risk Adjustment Made Easy, the Medicare Advantage kind. I am your host tutor, Dr. Prince Bewa. And if this is your first time joining us, we want to say thank you for joining us and welcome. If you are an audience and being here over the last couple months, we want to say thank you again for joining us today. We have been going through a series of risk adjustment learning, and we've gone through the definition of risk adjustment and its implication to several stakeholders. We've been going through terminologies on risk adjustment years, and all these playlists are in the description below, so you can always access these learning series. If this is your first time joining us, I will gladly encourage you to make time to watch these short mini videos that will help you as you engage in what we are going to cover within this month. This month, we have been going through the risk adjustment model run, and the corresponding cheat sheet is the Medicare Advantage Risk Adjustment Model Run Timeline Map using payment years 2022 through 2025 as examples. And last week, we went through what model run is. So if this is your first time joining us, I will gladly encourage you to watch the previous video, which the description is in the show notes. Today we are going through initial model run. Initial model run. What is initial model run? One may ask. So the initial model run refers to the first processing, of risk adjustment model to calculate risk scores for each beneficiary using their diagnosis to make payments to Medicare Advantage plans from January through June for the applicable payment year. There are some keywords here that are underlined, and I'm going to take some time to explain it further. So the initial model run is the first. So initial first model run, and we learned about the process of executing the risk adjustment model to determine risk score as the model run from last week. So doing that, the first one in doing that for a payment year is initial model run. And then it is to make payments. We learned about that last week to Medicare Advantage plans. And because it's initial, the time frame is the payments through January through June for the applicable payment year. And we talked through payment year from our last series from last month. Going through this, for example, on the May 5th HPMS memo that went out earlier this year, which was the deadline for submitting risk adjustment data for use in risk score calculation runs for payment years 2020 through 2022 through 2025. There is an initial model run here, 2024 initial model run, and then 2025 initial model run. And we'll be going through the mid-year and the final in next week and the next 2 weeks, explaining that. So initial model run is what we'll be covering. And the next slide will teach us using the 2024 as an example of what initial model run is. So for example, 2024 is just at the corner. We're already in November. So payment year 2024 is just at the corner. As the year starts, CMS will have to make payments to health plans so that they have money to take care of the beneficiaries. But we learned that the 2024 payment year as a whole uses 2023 date of service data. But 2023 date of service data will not all be in by the beginning of January 2024. And therefore, in initial payment model run, CMS uses data of service year July 2022 through June 2023. July 2022 through June 2023. That is the service year data that is going into the initial 2024 payment run. And in addition to that, the deadline to submit for plans to submit data that will be included in calculating risk score for payment year 2024 initial, the deadline is September 2023, was September 2023. So for data to be included for the payment year 2024 initial, which is used to make prospective payment between January and June, the data should have been submitted by September 2023, and the deadline was in the memo before. And the date of service, which is the service date. If you are new to this and you don't understand this, watch the previous videos that goes through the risk adjustment years, because these are all covered there. So CMS is using July 2022 through June 2023 date of service. And all this data should have been submitted by September 2023. Should have been submitted by September 2023. The deadline was in the memo that I previously shared. And CMS uses this data set to execute the model run, and that model run, based on the risk scores and the HCCs that come out, CMS used to make payments for January 2024 through June 2024 as part of the initial model run. Therefore, if you hear about initial model run, just think of it as the first processing of risk adjustment model. It's the first for the payment year. That is executed. It's executed to make payment for the applicable payment year. So here, the applicable payment year is 2024 payment year. And usually the deadline is in September. So when you think initial, think about it first. The first risk adjustment processing to make payments for the first part of the payment year that is upcoming. And I hope this is helpful. If you have any question on this, please don't hesitate to reach out at info@thehillsacademy.com. So that is initial model run. As your reports come in and you make reconciliation in terms of what data made up in the January through June payment, you are looking at data that was submitted by the September deadline that has date of service July 2022 through June 2023. And I hope this was helpful for you as you make your revenue reconciliation. As always, the corresponding cheat sheet is the Medicare Advantage Risk Adjustment Model Run Timeline Map using payment years 2022 through 2025 as examples, and you can freely download your copy at our website, thehillsacademy.com/resources. So if you go to thehillsacademy.com and you go to resources here, you will see the cheat sheet over here that you can click on and download your copy here from the website. And if you haven't downloaded your signature gift, it is From Chaos to Clarity, the Essential Medicare Advantage Risk Adjustment Data Sources Comparison Cheat Sheet, which clearly and easily compares different data sources for Medicare Advantage risk adjustment. And also, if you have not joined our Thriving Risk Adjustment Made Easy learning community, you may freely join us at the Hills Academy website as well as you navigate through our website. So thank you so much for joining us for today, and we hope to see you next week on mid-year model run. Enjoy and thank you.